So my name is Himanshu and I'll be your instructor for this session. I believe we have taken around 40 sessions in Clapingo so far, right?
Yes,
Okay, so tell me, how was your overall experience so far?
it was good. Like before attending those sessions, I was not so
Hmm.
confident, but now I am so
Hmm.
confident, and my
Hmm.
communication skills has been
Hmm.
improved also.
Great.
I also get different types of feedback from different tutors. So these
Yeah.
are things.
Okay.
It's
So now
overall
tell
good.
me, it's good, right? Okay. So do you remember your first session where you might have felt a little, less confident and a little anxious also initially? The first
You know
session.
what? I haven't done my demo classes. I
Okay,
just
you haven't
direct
done it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just direct booked my session,
Hmm.
and the first session was very embarrassing. Like because I didn't know about unmuting and all the
Hmm.
things. Like I have to turn on my video and these things. So I think
Yeah.
it took
Yeah.
5 to 6 minutes to understand. And that
Hmm.
tutor was also she was a female, so she was also making me understand like you have to do these things. And we I was
Hmm.
getting those things in chat. So my first
Hmm.
experience was not so good, and
Hmm.
that time I was also very nervous,
Hmm.
and we also wasted our 5 to 6 minutes. So I remember very clearly my first experience.
So yeah, so but now it's okay, like because you have had a word with a lot of people already, like 40 sessions.
Yes.
So now you're confident, right? That's great. It's nice that your confidence is built up. Okay, so now tell me something little details about yourself, and then we'll start this session.
Okay. As you know, my name is Smriti, and I belong to Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And currently, I'm doing B.Ed. It's my first semester, and
Mm-hmm.
I have completed 3 year graduation with English literature.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want
Very
to be a
nice.
teacher, English teacher especially. So that's why I'm here to improve my communication skills.
Great. So you have learned literature.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
have you also read Shakespeare, like
yes,
Macbeth?
yes.
Oh, that's great.
Macbeth
Yeah. Macbeth
and
was there in my 12th standard. So I remember. It's a little difficult, no, literature
yes, it is
sometimes.
very difficult.
I know. Like it's like you have to understand it like thoroughly. Okay, so Smriti, we'll do a small activity first, and I'll ask you some basic questions about your routine, the things which you do on a regular basis. Okay, and when we talk about routine, something which happens every day, we use present simple tense for that, right? For example, if I ask you at what time do you go to your college, so I'm not asking you something specific. So I'm asking you what happens every day. So you'll say, I go to college at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. like that. So you have to use the first form of the verb all the time. Shall I start now? So,
Okay, but I
yeah,
don't go
yeah.
to college daily.
You don't go to college. Okay, it's okay. So I know I was just giving you an example actually. So right now you're at home only these days, like preparing
Yes,
and all.
yes.
Great, no problem. So I'll ask questions according to that. So tell me,
Okay.
Smriti, at what time do you wake up in the morning?
I wake up at 7 o'clock usually, but sometimes also it becomes 8 o'clock.
So 7 o'clock, 7
Yes,
to 8, right?
7.
And at what time? At what time do you have your breakfast?
Around no, 10.
Around 10. So I want you to make like a proper sentence. Like I have my breakfast
Yes, yes.
around 10, like
I
this.
have
Hmm.
my breakfast daily around 10 a.m. in morning.
That's great. That's great. Okay, now tell me about your lunch. At what time do you have your lunch usually?
Usually I don't take lunch, but sometimes
Hmm.
I take lunch. So
Hmm.
it is about 2 to 3 o'clock in
2 to
afternoon.
3 o'clock. All right. And at what time do you have your dinner?
I can say after lunch I go to my classes because
Hmm.
I am also doing classes of English, spoken
Oh,
English. I can say theory, grammar of
that's great.
these things. So after
Oh,
taking
that's
lunch,
nice.
I go to classes at 4 o'clock, and then I come back by 7 o'clock in the evening. And
Hmm.
then I have some snacks like coffee and papad, I can say. And
Hmm.
I take my dinner around 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay. And at what time do you sleep?
I sleep at 11 p.m.
11 p.m. So this is your routine, the basics things which you do every day. So now I'll
Yes.
give you a small task. So what you have to do is you have to tell me about this routine again, but this time I'll not ask you any questions first thing. Second thing is that I want you to add more details. For example, you can mention your morning ritual. For example, like, people do yoga, exercise, go for a walk in
Yes,
morning.
I
If you
got
do
it.
something, yeah. So add some details and tell me about your whole routine. All right, Uh,
Okay.
for sure.
I wake up at 7 a.m. usually in the morning. Then I have
Mm-hmm.
one glass of water. Then I brush
Mm-hmm.
my teeth. Then I have one glass of milk. Then I use my phone for sometimes for watching English videos. Then I go to help my mother in cooking. And then we
Mm-hmm.
made breakfast with each other. And then we have our breakfast around 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning. And then I read some grammar of English. And then
Mm-hmm.
we then sometimes I sleep in the afternoon also, sometimes I take nap also. And then it's I think around 2 to 3 p.m. in afternoon I usually take my lunch, but I don't take
Mm-hmm.
lunch every day. After that
Okay.
I take bath, and then I go to my classes to attend my classes. And then from
Mm-hmm.
there I can come back to my house at 7, around 7
Mm-hmm.
o'clock in evening. And then I spend some time with my
Mm-hmm.
mother, with my father, and I also help in kitchen with my mother. Then we have our dinner around 9 p.m. in night. And then I use
Mm-hmm.
my mobile phone again, and then I sleep at 11 o'clock.
Very nice. So that was your routine. Great. Okay, now tell me something about your hobbies. Like, apart from studying and being with your family, what is that one thing which you really love to do?
My hobbies are traveling and reading novels also. I have read
Oh,
many
great.
novels. And I
Mm.
also love to watch Hollywood movies, Bollywood movies also.
So traveling it is, right? So we'll talk about traveling. So tell me, how many places have you explored so far in India?
I have explored only some of places in India like Jammu, MP, Delhi, and Kolkata and Varanasi, obviously. But the
Varanasi, yeah.
most, yes, but the most beautiful experience was in Kolkata till now.
Kolkata. Okay, so what all things are there in Kolkata to explore?
There are many things to explore like Havra Bridge, Victoria Memorial, Indian Zoo, Museum, these things. But I have
Mm.
some emotional attachment there also,
Mm-hmm.
because my
Mm-hmm.
grandfather worked there in West Bengal police, and my father also had to spend his half of life. Like my father also studied there, and my father
Mm.
also worked there in Kolkata. When he married, when we came, so we settled in Varanasi, but he was working in Kolkata. So we went there. We always went there to visit
Mm.
that place to meet him. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
that would be the reason, like connection and attachment I may have with Kolkata, because my roots are
Mm.
also from Kolkata. And there are also so
That's
many reasons, like I am
mm.
also devotee, truly devotee of Goddess Durga, and there they celebrate that
Great.
Durga Puja at a very grand level.
Durga Puja.
So I
Yeah,
want to,
definitely.
I want to explore that festival again and again. So these may be the
That's
things.
nice. Great. Okay, so when you talk about traveling, like how do you travel with your family or your friends?
I have both. Like I have traveled in Kolkata, I have traveled with my family, but in Delhi, I have traveled with my friends.
That's great. So
So
now tell
both
me, have
both
you?
have
Hmm,
their own importance. I like both
absolutely.
of them.
So there also like one kind of travel, solo traveling. Have you ever tried that?
Yes, I have heard, but I don't
Hmm.
like solo traveling because I think it would be boring for me.
Okay, so that's something which everyone thinks about solo traveling. So I have done solo traveling this one time. So I think when you solo travel, you get to spend a lot of time with yourself. Like you know yourself, what kind of a person you are. You reflect, you do things
Yes,
according to yourself, right? You have your breakfast at a particular time. You don't have to wait for some other person. Okay, and you can go anywhere. You can plan things according to yourself. So if you want to know yourself better, solo traveling is best. But if you want to really enjoy, I think with friends and family, both is fine, right? Yeah.
okay.
So you've been to Delhi also. Like when you came to Delhi, like were you there for any like particular work or just for fun? Like how was it?
I have gone Delhi for many times because my relatives also live there, and
Hmm.
but recently I have gone with my friends only for visiting
Oh,
those places like India Gate and
hmm.
water park and these things. But before that,
Water
I
park.
was going to meet my relatives also, and they
Hmm.
made me to visit all the places. But I don't
Okay.
like Delhi.
Why? Because it's crowded,
It's very
traffic.
crowded and traffic and warmness of weather also.
Uh, it is really crowded, basically. More than 2 crore people live in Delhi, right?
Yes,
And if
yes.
I talk about Varanasi, Varanasi, where do you live exactly in Varanasi?
I live near the Kant railway station, Varanasi
Camp
Junction.
railway station. Okay. And Varanasi is famous for this ghat. What is the name of this ghat? Assi Ghat. Have you been there?
So yeah, yes, of course. I always go there. Whenever
You
I
always go there.
feel boring or disappointed or
Uh,
demotivated, I always go there and sit at ghats and think like
hmm,
what is going in my life, and I see everything
uh,
flowing of water and these things. It is very beautiful.
absolutely. That's a nice place. And if I talk about a place where you really want to go all over the world, internationally, not in India, but outside India, where would you like to
And
go? And
I
why?
would go in France. I want to explore whole France. I
France is
don't know.
beautiful, right?
Yes, and
Mm.
I don't know. Like I like French language also, so I have been learning also French language.
No.
I didn't mention in my daily routine.
Okay.
Some of
So like,
French I have learned.
are you learning it from an application or from a particular institution?
Application. No, no, no. In institute, it is very expensive. I have gone there in Varanasi to take inquiry of all the fees and courses,
Hmm.
months duration, but it is very expensive. So I found that
Expensive, yeah.
to yes. So in Varanasi,
Duolingo.
it is yes, Duolingo. So I have been
I
using
also.
these.
It has a lot of languages. It has
Yes,
Hindi
language.
also.
Yes, Hindi
Hindi is
also.
also there. Like for people who want to learn Hindi, they can definitely from there. So French is like your favorite language, kind of, and you
Yes,
would like to visit the whole France.
France.
That's great. And you also told me that you love reading novels. So tell me, are you reading something these days, or what was the last book which you've read in the recent past?
Nowadays, I have not been reading, but
Mm-hmm.
I have read before 10 days, I can say. I think
Okay.
my
And which
favorite
book?
novel is Such Is Her Life. It is feminism based novel, and it is written by female Indian author. Her name
Hmm.
is Richa Agarwal. It has all the things only about girls, like what problem they have to face in society and in personal life, in their in-laws' house, and every problem of girl, everything about girl. That book has. So I love that kind of novel, which is gender based. I can say.
Gender based. Okay. So such is her life.
Such is her life.
Yeah. So Richa Agarwal, she's an Indian author, right?
Yes,
Oh, that's great. So traveling and reading is one of your like good hobbies, right? Like which you really love to do. Okay. And internationally, you told me you would like to go to France. So if you
yes.
go to France, just tell me, would you go alone with your friends or you would take your family?
I will not go alone because solo traveling is not good for me because I never
uh,
thought about that.
but
I
you know
never
what? The
go
moment you
alone at Ghats also here.
really, okay,
Yeah.
but do try. Like if you ever get a chance, do try solo traveling and you'll have a different kind of experience. You can stop doing it, of course, after that, but try at least like once. It's
You
good.
know what? In my family, no one would believe like I have gone all alone to France
Yeah,
without anyone. So I
yeah,
don't think.
okay. All right, no problem. So if I talk about India, any place where you really want to go or you're planning to go, any place.
Yes, yes. Leh Ladakh. I want to go there. I want to ride bullet on
Yeah.
those roads, and it is very.
Do you know how to ride?
Yes, I know how to ride scooter. Like I have
Bike
been,
also?
yes, bike also, bullet also, and now I am learning how to drive car. My brother is
Car, yes, yes, yes.
teaching me.
That's good.
So I
Yeah.
have
So,
been riding scooties. I think for 8 to 9 years.
oh, that's great. So you're an experienced rider. You can
Yes,
go to Ladakh in a bullet.
yes.
That's great.
So that's
That's great.
why I
I
want to
think
go there.
you should go. You should go because Leh Ladakh is also like one of my favorite destinations in India.
Yes,
Pangong Lake, You've heard about it, right? Pangong Lake. There's a lake at the end of that
Yes.
journey, and Spiti Valley. So you'll go from that Atal Tunnel, and you go to Ladakh. There's a new way now, Atal Tunnel. You'll have to go through there. So you can ride a bike also. That's interesting. Like I haven't met a lot of girls who can they can ride scooty, of course, but not bullet, like because that's quite heavy,
Yes,
right?
it is kind of
But
heavy.
but I have seen a few girls. Like in my city, also there is a girl who rides a bullet, and she looks amazing in that because it's a different kind of thing. Because
Yes.
boys are
It
riding
feels
different kinds of.
different when they
Hmm.
are riding
But you're
bullet.
but you're learning a car also like these days. Have you
Yes.
started?
I
Okay,
have
that's it.
started learning car, but I don't know properly now. I
Yeah.
will take more time.
Definitely. So, Smriti, we have a couple of minutes left. Now I'll give you feedback. Okay. So, as far
Sure.
as this conversation is concerned, I think your confidence is good. Your fluency was also nice. The only thing which I want you to improve, or maybe you can work upon it, is your vocabulary a little bit. Okay. For that, I want you to start reading something. So, whenever you read something, try to underline the words. And I'll give you a tip on how you can remember a word. So basically, what you have to do is find a word which you don't know the meaning of, and then find the meaning, and then make your own sentences. Okay, write
Okay.
2 to 3 sentences on your own. So now you can relate with the word, and you won't forget that word easily. First thing. Okay. So now tell me, apart from reading, do you also listen to something? You told me that you use your phone to watch some English videos. What kind of videos do you
Yes,
watch?
yes, yes. I have watched many things, but now I can say like there is also one serial dramatized on YouTube. So
Hmm.
nowadays I have been watching that thing,
Okay.
and
Do you also?
I
Hmm.
also watch the preach of different personalities
Do you also listen to podcast?
podcast. Yes,
Okay. Have you heard about Jay Shetty?
no,
So I want you to listen to one of his podcasts. The name is Jay Shetty, and the name of the podcast is On Purpose. So
okay.
now, yeah, he was a monk initially, and he also has this book, Think Like a Monk. That's
Yes,
a nice
I
book.
think I have heard it.
You have heard it, right? Now I want you to check his YouTube channel and try to listen to one of his podcasts. You'll definitely love it. And for vocabulary, I've already told you what you have to do. Okay.
Okay,
So yeah, it was nice talking to you. And maybe if we meet in another session, I can also plan some activities for you, different activities, because now I know what you're looking for exactly. And you spoke really well, by the way. And yes, I am also like really intrigued by knowing that you can ride a bullet and you want to go to Ladakh. That's really nice because I also want to go there. I also want to go there in bike only
yes,
because I can go from flight also, but it won't give that kind of feeling, right?
yes,
So you have to cross all the valleys and everything, and especially on a bike, right?
yes,
Okay, so
especially.
Smriti, thank you so much.